Alright guys, the Plague just dropped, so I'm going to be playing the Plague. I'm going to be going for the Adept achievement right off the bat while people are still unused to playing her. I have a tiny bit of experience playing her with friends. So yeah, we've got level 2 Infectious Fright, so survivors that are within the killer's terror radius while another survivor is put into the dying state with your basic attack will yell and reveal their location to the killer for 5 seconds. Dark Devotion gives a terror radius to the survivors, to the Obsession, but it has to be the basic attack again. And Corrupt Intervention, 3 generators located furthest away from you are blocked by the entity for 80 seconds. It puts a spider over them. This considerably increases the duration of Corrupt Purge and considerably increases the rate survivors gain from infection, and I've got a Black Ward on because those are my best offerings at the minute. I don't really like these ones, to be completely honest. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to throw that one on. So, yeah, so that means that I will get the Corrupt Purge every time a generator is completed. So, let's find a match and see what we can get. Estimated wait time 4 minutes. I like that they've added this in, actually. It's nice to have an estimate, because when we were looking for Survivor games it would say less than a minute, because obviously everybody is playing the killer at the minute. There's been a lot of new perks put on, which is kinda sad because I was so close to having all of them. It was 120 before, so I had 119 before, so I was 10 off being able to have all of them. So the ones that have been added are Wounded Healer in public matches. Heal other survivors for a total of 50 health states while you are also injured. Shrine Apparatus. In a public match, repair the generator in the temple basement and live to tell the tale. Adept Jane, obviously. Adept Plague, obviously. Terminal Illness in public matches with the Plague, down 50 survivors affected by the maximum sickness level. And Devoted Gatekeeping in public matches, sacrifice all survivors before the last generator is repaired 15 times. So, some of them are quite easy to do. Actually, I imagine most of those are quite easy to do, which I'm quite happy with. We are now in a game. One thing that has changed is that it would immediately put us in a lobby before as the killer, and it doesn't now. It seems to wait until there are enough people to go into your lobby before you get put into a lobby, which I kinda like, because with that estimate it kind of makes it so that you can you kind of plan what you're gonna do around it. Unfortunately it doesn't account for things like that shithead who just left. We see that we've got all green pings from these guys. Oh, they've just gone to yellow, so we know that it's not a case of someone's come in and seen that the connection is bad and left. It's someone who's joined and then decided, actually I don't want to play a game, which is really a bit of a dick move. So yeah, this is the setup we're going with, and we shall begin as soon as Soulflame decides that they're not going to last second switch to a Claudette with a flashlight. We know that this one has a firecracker. Not a is it a firecracker? But none of the rest of them have items, which is surprising. It would be nice if we got the new map, but we haven't. So let's see what we can get with this. Unfortunately, I've not got anything on to show me the Mori, because I have been I want to get that Adept achievement. Ooh, those are the ones that are blocked off. Now I don't have any totems to protect, that's quite nice. Actually, yeah, the white ones are blocked off, the red ones aren't. Okay. I don't have that much experience with her. Literally 2 very relaxed games with a couple of friends. So it wasn't really competitive. That was a bad idea. Okay, she's at the maximum infection level now. The basement isn't here, which is a little sad. I've got Corrupt Purge on, but I'm also slowed down because of that add-on. Now where's this guy? You didn't react quick enough there, did you? And there's someone who will be going for the save. So we'll immediately go back. That's fine. Oh, people are using their, the things, the fountains. I'm not really too bothered about the... Do you mind not spamming them, please? That sounded really fucking annoying. Oh, and I don't even have to use it anyway. I'm gonna have quite a while. That's one survivor down. The only problem with that Corrupt Intervention perk is it means that the last ones are going to be quite spread out. Okay, there's one. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I can just keep hitting you over this. It's fine. The thing is, you can't actually down them with the base. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook this one, and then I'm gonna pick up the corrupt. What is it? Corruption? Corrupt Purge. I mean, it'd be quite nice to have barbecue or some other kind of tracking perk. It's a little bit strange that there isn't a tracking perk on her base ability. So where did you run? I think you've run to try and get her. No. You've run round here, round there. Not round there though. You're over there. Go. It is quite a nice killer. I think it's something that we're gonna have to get used to. I don't think it's one that's gonna be the easiest to pick up. In saying that, I think that the vomiting power is a little overpowered. I want to be going straight over to that one. There's another one on there. Now the only problem is I don't think I'm gonna wind up getting the adept, because this one's going to escape through the hatch, more than likely. Otherwise she is just going to find the hatch. Oh, there she is. Oh, and just to be an arse. Fair enough. I take a wild guess that it was the survivor that said GG and not any of the ones that died. Yeah. So, really, it's a good killer, but I would say that her perks are kind of useless. That corrupt intervention is all well and good, because it kind of compacts the map a little bit, but at the same time it's going to make free-genning really difficult, and seeing as that's the best way to try and get them as soon as they've got 2 gens done, that makes it really awkward. Dark Devotion, who gives a shit if the obsession carries your terror radius for 20 seconds? Like, yes, it's nice to have your terror radius reduced to 0, but if you've just hit your obsession, you're probably going to carry on going after your obsession, which means that they're going to have they're going to be carrying your terror radius right next to where you actually are anyway. Which means that you can't run it with Remember Me, you can't run it with Dying Light, but at the same time, because you have to hit them, you can't use it with Save the Best for Last, or Play with Your Food. So really there's no... You can't have any synergy with that perk and any other perk. Maybe Myers? If you were to hit someone and then disappear with tier 3 and hit someone else, yeah, maybe that would work really well on Myers, but it certainly wouldn't work well on the Plague, and it certainly wouldn't work well on any of the chainsaw wielders. It wouldn't work well on... it might work well on the Spirit, maybe. But at this point you can strap shit to the Spirit, and the Spirit is still going to wipe the floor with everyone. Who else might that work with? I don't think that's really going to work with anyone else. Maybe the Wraith, but the Wraith, you can just use your bell anyway, so that makes no sense. So yeah, I think Dark Devotion would work quite well with Myers. That would be the one that I would use it for. And Infectious Fright... well, basic attack, so that rules out most killers. You're not going to be using it with Huntress or Hillbilly Leatherface. It's not particularly good with the Plague, because the Plague is a little slow, and because, again, you're going to be using your secondary attack a lot more often than your primary. Again, maybe Myers, if you're already in tier 3, down someone and someone's within within your terror radius. So if you were to use these perks on Myers with a Fragrant Tuft of Hair, that might be a good build. But yeah, I certainly will not be using Corrupt Intervention on any killer because it's shit. And those other two, I think they're literally very gonna be used very rarely.